It's Gtii.
Yo, we're breaking down these pot stocks once again. So it looks like it's here. It's time. It looks like we were right. We had that low. We created a high, higher low. The trend looks like it has been starting to change here, which is a good sign. We also got very large volume coming in today. So I guess we beat earnings on Canopy growth. First time in a while, probably. And we're getting that reaction. Today we gapped up and we got lots of follow through. So when we zoom in and we put on the 8 EMA, this is what we're going to be watching on the hourly time frame now. Pay attention to this. In the coming days and weeks, we want to see it hold the 8 EMA and then use it as support. And we want to see that like zoom out and like you want it to hold on the higher time frame. So right now this is the hour. On the 2 hour, you want to see it hold there too. Same with the 4 hour, right? And then eventually you want to see it happen with the daily. So we gap up over on the daily, and now we want to see that continue, right? So in the past, right, this 8 EMA was a resistance. Now we've slowly started to break up over it. Now we want to see it continue, right? So we want to see that 8 EMA potentially continue to rise like that up towards this $13 resistance. So that should be interesting. Canopy growth. Whew. It could be a big bag coming in the coming weeks, right? This next quarter could be a nice big push. I wouldn't get like crazy excited because again, right? For sure, the opportunity is here, but there is resistance above. So we want to see this range, right? This 1263. That's our resistance right now. We come up. We're also at resistance right here too. So there is somewhat of a resistance at this level. I'd be paying attention to that, but in the next coming days, I think we could break that, right? Large volume coming in. So what we're main things we're looking for, 8 EMA and continuous large volume. Hexo, look at that, regained the 8 EMA. We want to hold that nice big volume in today too. It's looking nice. It is looking nice so far. So again, we have this $1 range. There's a gap up above, right? That $1 could act as resistance, but we want to see it continue to make higher highs and higher lows into that resistance, right? We might get that as long as we make some sort of a higher low, hold the 8 EMA, get closer, right? Break this range down, and then we break up above, maybe back test and go. It's not a guarantee, of course, right? We're not trying to predict what's happening, but the change of characteristics in these stocks is kind of hinting to us that we might see potential price increase in the coming weeks. So Gtii, this one's one of the leaders in this pot stock industry, right? So this is the daily time frame. We have bullish divergence here. So the RSI is starting to rise over like a weekly time frame where the price was kind of making a downward sort of slope. So there's a divergence in both of these. This is a bullish divergence. So on this one, I'm looking at this zone, right? $28. That looks like our resistance right now. We've shown some sort of pullback in this range. So we might fly up to there, and look at this, earnings is coming up soon on this one too. Interesting. We might get a run into earnings. So this one is for sure one of the pot stocks I want to pay attention to as well. I'd also pay attention to this range. So this is what we're looking for on Gtii, this $36 range, right? Major resistance up above, but our current local resistance is around $28. So let's see if we react there in the coming weeks. Cbdt, this one's weaker, right? So I found out recently, it's not just a pot stock company, right? So they also do a bunch of other pharmaceuticals, which could be why we're not seeing such a strong correlation. Overall, I still like to pay attention to it, but I'm not going to be adding this one as much unless I see that volume kick in. So that's kind of like, I don't know, I guess a warning that, maybe this one might not follow just like the rest of them. It could do one of these, to be honest. It looks like we're rejecting that 8 EMA. We might make it back to that lower trend line. Maybe back test this zone. That is a potential. they're also doing a bunch of COVID stuff too, right? So it's like, I might have been a little bit wrong here on thinking that it was just a pot stock company. They're more into the pharmaceutical marijuana, right? Not recreational. So that could actually really affect their business. So that'll be the pot stock breakdown for this week. Peace.